Here we go. Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. Sorry for the delay. It was a little hectic getting on. Um, Absolutely crazy. A lot of great things, but people are still joining. So we're going to get started because it's already 15 past the hour. So let's talk, right? We are headed into, the last, what I want to say, we have roughly 7 weeks. We've got 7 weeks left from the biggest launch of our lives. 7 weeks from the biggest launch of our lives. And I'm so excited. By the way, welcome everybody from all over the country. Everybody's joining on from different parts. It's great to see everyone. I love scrolling through the videos and the pictures and seeing some of you guys, and then seeing pictures of everybody else. Some of y'all don't have your picture on Zoom. You gotta have your picture on Zoom. At least have your picture on Zoom if you're not going to have the video, because we do Zooms for a living. Like, if you guys don't know, right? Like, that's what we do. And you want to put a picture so where people can see you, just in case your camera is turned off, and a smiley picture. If you can at least do a smiley one, that would be great. But we have a lot of things that are happening. I want to let you guys know that we've added rooms because we sold out. So we've added rooms. By the way, it's probably going to sell out again here. So don't worry. We're continuously adding rooms. I want to tell you guys how that goes. So we signed a contract with a certain number of rooms and it sold out. And by the way, there are some people that, and so we added rooms so you can go back on and book. I want to make things clear for Las Vegas. We did a contract there's 2 towers at the Rio 2. One is the one that we did a contract with, which is their new tower. It's their upgraded tower. Absolutely beautiful. It's where they spent God knows how much money upgrading the rooms. They're all suites. They're absolutely beautiful. That's the one we did the negotiation on. There is another tower that does not have any of the upgrades that is cheaper. I promise you, it is cheaper. And some people have reached out to their leaders going, hey, I looked on Club Secret and I found the room at the Rio cheaper than what our hold is. That's why, just to make it clear, is it's in the other tower, which is cheaper for sure. Hold on a second. Can we mute, like, whoever's not muted? Somebody hasn't. Thank you. And so I just want you guys to know that that's what it is. So if you look, don't go, hey, we found something. And for some of y'all, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But I'm telling you, all of us are staying in the upgraded tower. All of us are. So, and it is a little bit more, but gosh, it's 1,000 times nicer, just by the way. Now, I'll tell you right now, if it was me 28 years ago, would there have been a possibility I would have been in the cheaper tower? It's possible, guys. Everybody's finances are a little different. For me back then, $30 made a difference. It did. For most of us today, it doesn't. God bless you. For me back then, I was literally broke. Like I'm talking about broke. And no one was going to give me any money. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. And I paid $5,000 to start my business. We're talking about our package today at $500, like a big difference, right? Like, it's a big difference. But I just want you guys to know that whatever you've got to do to get to Vegas, number one, you got to do to get to Vegas, as long as you're there. For the rest of y'all, if you're staying in the new tower with us, you want to book your room through our block like you do, and it's going to sell out again. So if it does, message the upline and they'll get the information over to me and I will make sure that we fix it. It's number one. Number two is, I can't stress enough. that you don't want to be the only person at the event in your team, in your team, right? You want to have people on your left team and you want to have people on your right team at the event. Like, so important that you do. And see, I think some of us aren't really taking measures to another level. Let me explain something, right? And some of you have been hearing me on training calls. Some of you guys heard me say this. I was in Tampa, Florida, and I said this. So I'm going to say this to you. If you're writing anything down, if you're taking notes on anything, by the way, if you're new, my name is Muzafer, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm honored to be with this incredible company, Viago. A lot of us have worked in a previous company together. I have been in this space of building teams for 28 years. I have built 7 companies to one of their highest levels, God bless, and been able to earn millions of dollars doing this. I have been a corporate executive in this space. I was a vice president of a couple of companies, and I've also built distributorships in many companies. So I know that some of us have not had a chance to meet yet, and I just dove right in. I started thinking for a second. There's probably new people on here that have no idea who the heck I am, and I'm just going on and on and on. So, anyways, my name is Muzafer, and it's really nice to well, it's hard to say meet you because we're really not meeting yet. It's just me talking and you nodding your head and going, all right, I'm going to listen to this dude for a little bit and see what he's all about. Somebody told me to get on. So I want to share a few things with you, right? Right now, what's happening is all of us are trying to build a business where we have 2 teams. For most of you, there's 2 teams in our business, right? There's a left team, there's a right team. And the other thing we do is we have customers. The entry into our business, in my opinion, is simpler than anything I've ever seen in my 28-year career, simpler than anything I've ever seen, because the value that comes with it. If you were at any of our regional trainings and you saw that they added 100 reward escape points to the $450 pack. Did you guys see that at the training? So instead of getting 400 points, you're getting 500, and then you're getting 100 in product credit, so that's 600. So you start with 450, we give you 600. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Now, what we're doing is we're building 2 teams. When I started in this business, the one thing that I did is I did 7 steps. And I'm going to say these because there are a lot of new people on. Again, some of you have heard me say this. Some of you have heard me teach this. I'm just going to quickly go over them. Again, we taught this in Tampa. And what I always like to cover is the basics. Some of the greatest football coaches in the world would start their training camp, by going, "This is a football." Again, you take professional players and they would say, "Why are you reminding me that this is a football?" Now, I just want you guys to know that the basics are always the basics. So let me explain. For me, these 7 steps is how I've always built my business. Number one, the very first thing that I did was make a decision. And I made a decision not to start. That was obvious. Like, when you join, you start. Like, I really don't know if that's like a decision. Most of the time, like, when people sit back and think about $500 to join a business, so many people go, "Muzafer, it's $500." And I go, "Absolutely." I go, "Here's the difference. If it was $5,000, you have to ask yourself, what if this doesn't work? At $500, you got to ask yourself, what if it does and I miss it?" That's the difference. What if it does and I miss it? Now, that's for someone that's new, that has no idea what's going on. The way that I look at where we're at is we're in pre-launch. Like, we are in pre-launch. Some of you have built a different business with some of us, and you're not understanding that this is not a continuation. We are in pre-launch. We're officially launching our company in Las Vegas. So think for a quick second. Y'all remember the company called Skype? Like, do any of y'all remember Skype? Skype was a company that started out and they built their business and they built it successfully. Let me ask you a question, all of you, and just think for a second. If the owners of Skype came to you and jumped on this Zoom and said, "Hey, everybody, my name is such and such and such and such. We're the owners of Skype, and we're starting a new company called WhatsApp. We're about to pre-launch this app called WhatsApp." Now, it's kind of hard to imagine because all of you know how great the app WhatsApp is today. But when WhatsApp first started, it wasn't as good as it is today. When WhatsApp first started, it didn't have video. When WhatsApp first started, you couldn't add multiple callers. It didn't have call waiting. It didn't have all the functions that it does today. The calls would drop a lot. People were upset. However, it still worked internationally and people could talk for free. And it was over the internet and all this type of stuff. And over time, it's developed and enhanced and enhanced and enhanced. And today you're going, yeah, but Muzafer, I would have gotten started. Look, I don't know. Let me ask you this. If the owners of WhatsApp, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, came to you today and said, "Hey, I'm starting a new app called Talk a Lot. I'm starting a new app called Talk a Lot. I already built WhatsApp successfully. We're about to start Talk a Lot." How many of you would be like, "Oh, man, I definitely don't want to miss that one"? The owners of Viago have built a billion-dollar brand before. One of them has been president of a lifestyle company that did 994 million in 1 year. The other one built a billion-dollar brand through 900 stores and hundreds of millions in our industry. And they've come together with some top leaders that have built massive organizations to start Viago. And it's the pre-launch. And how somebody goes for 500 bucks, I need to think twice about it. I don't understand. I think you've got, like, to me, and I hope you write something down. Fear. Fear, like everyone has different acronyms, right? False evaluations appearing real, whatever, whatever, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. Write this down. Fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. Fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. Being nervous and hesitant, concerned and worried is temporary, because you'll get over it at some point. But not doing this business all out, not talking to everybody that you know, not introducing people as like right now, you will regret months from now, years from now. You'll regret that you missed the most exciting time of our business, which was pre-launch. You didn't talk to more people during pre-launch. Like, I'm telling you, when Vegas hits, you're going to sit there and go, "Man, I remember that call that Muzafer joined late." Yes, I was late. I apologize, right? I started out by saying I'm sorry. We had technical difficulties. And if I didn't say I'm sorry, then I'm sorry. But the point is you'll go, "I remember Muzafer was late." And that call, I remember he said, fear was temporary, regret was permanent. And I regret not going to work after that day. Right? Not going to work after that day. And I want you to understand something, that when you really stop and think about what it is that we are doing, right? And this is so important, guys, like so important. If this business was already successful right now, it wouldn't be an opportunity. An opportunity is an opportunity because it hasn't taken off yet. It's different phases of opportunity. We are in pre-launch, everyone, pre-launch. The people that get started now, that number one, stay. Number two, go to work. Number three, are consistent. And number four, never quit, will have a different life than others. So it takes me back to step one, which is making a decision on what? Finishing this, also making a decision on working during pre-launch, also making a decision on going to pre-launch, also making a decision on having people with you. It's all about making decisions. As some of them are minor decisions that will have major impacts, minor decisions that will have major impacts. Number one. Number two is why. Why are you doing this business? Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm here in Miami, right? I was in Tampa and I flew from Tampa to Miami, and I have meetings here in Miami, and I'm in my hotel. And the other night, I went to bed after all my meetings and calls at 1 a.m. And I had meetings starting at 7, but I can't explain it. I woke up at 4. I woke up at 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. Like I couldn't sleep. And I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed after 3 hours of sleep. And what I did is something urged me to go back and rewrite some of my why. So step number 2 is your why. Why are you doing this? What is it that you want from this business, right? And so what I did is that I rewrote mine. And I wrote down 7 things that I wanted in my life, right? And sorry, there's like lights underneath me that are giving glares. And so what I want you to know is I'm gonna tell you how I wrote. I'm gonna tell you how I wrote my goal for my Viago business. Okay, and this is what I wrote in blue ink, and I'm gonna read it to you because this was at 4 in the morning, and it was so clear to me. And it said, my Viago business will have 10,000 Club Viago Plus paying members on my left team in my enrollment tree. And in my right team, I will also have 10,000 Club Viago Plus paying members in my enrollment tree. And my Viago business is paying me a minimum of 150,000 US dollars every month. And my heart feels accomplished and grateful after accomplishing this because I know a lot of families will also win because of me and my friends. And I am smiling with a filled heart. That's what I wrote at 4 in the morning. I listen, sometimes things come to you, but I always talk about writing down what you want. Like, and then really designing a game plan to achieve it. Really designing a game plan to achieve it. Do you not think that the owners of WhatsApp designed what they wanted, their WhatsApp business, how many users they wanted? The owners of Netflix. Like right now, every major company is going towards something that people are using on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And we have the most phenomenal program. Now, let me explain something. Number one is make a decision. Number two, right? Number two is your why. Number three is to make a list. And it's one thing that I'm constantly doing over and over and over again is making a list. And then I'm circling who I'm going to talk to first. Who are my fastest yeses? Who are the ones that I'm going to talk to immediately? Because my mom told me that you can't drink the ocean. If you try and drink the ocean, you will drown. So you have to drink one bottled water at a time. Some of you guys have heard me say this. Anyways, number 4 is I set appointment after appointment after appointment. Number 4 is setting appointments. Number 5 is to present. All right. Let me talk to you about presentation for a second. So let me explain something. If the way you present Viago, you spend a lot of time on our membership and you talk about our travel and our product and our product and our product, you're going to get a lot of people that are product and customer focused. They're going to be thinking about the membership and basically using the membership. Is that great? Yes, absolutely. Customers are the backbone of our business. However, if you liked my goal was I want a big sales organization is what I want. If you want a bunch of customers, which don't get me wrong, is absolutely fantastic. And like I said, they're the backbone of our business as customers. However, people find customers. Customers don't find us. If you want an organization that is duplicated, then you have to be focused on showing the business. So let me ask you a question, right? What type of business are you building? Is my question for you. Let me explain my thoughts. The way that I look at this, I believe that I'm teaching people how to start their own Uber, not be an Uber driver, start your own Uber. What is Uber? Uber is a concept where somebody said, hey, I am going to compete with taxis. I'm going to get a whole bunch of people to use their own car to drive people around on their own time. And people are going to pay because of convenience. And the person that's doing the driving using their own car is going to make about 75 to 80%. And I'm going to make 20% off of millions of people using their own car, driving people around, while I sit back and get a small bit, a small amount from a whole lot of people. I'm teaching you to start your own Uber. I'm teaching you to start your own State Farm insurance company. State Farm said, hey, I'm going to recruit a whole bunch of people that will spend money to open their own office, and they're going to sell an insurance product to people that have cars, that need car insurance, and they're going to make money. And everybody's going to pay a lot of money to open their own office, hire their own employees. And me, the owner of State Farm, is going to get a small piece from all of these individual contractors that are selling State Farm. And they pay to start their own office. They pay for their own overhead. They hire their own employees, but they're going to sell my service. I'm not teaching you to be a State Farm rep. I'm teaching you to start your own State Farm. That's what Viago is. Viago is allowing you to start your own Uber, your own State Farm, your own real estate company, starting your own Berkshire Hathaway is where you go. I'm going to recruit people that are going to open their own office. They're going to use my name, and they're going to recruit other agents. And when these agents sell houses, they're going to make money. But the person that opened the office and paid the money, they're going to get a small piece. But me, I'm going to get a small piece from all the offices that have a whole bunch of agents. You have to think of the concept that we have. It's building an organization, motivating a volunteer army, recruiting people to understand that they're not employees, that they're building and running their own business. This is what we do on a day-to-day basis. Now, when you're selling a product, you're selling a product. When I'm showing this business, I'm sorting. I'm looking for people of like-mindedness. I'm looking for people that are tired of being an employee. I'm looking for people that are tired of when they work, they make money. When they don't work, they don't make money. I'm looking for people that want something more. I'm looking for people that want to live a better lifestyle. I'm looking for people that want time freedom. I'm looking for people that want to live an incredible lifestyle. I'm not looking for people that want to stay average. I'm not looking for people that getting by is okay. I'm not looking for that. And even if they don't know how to do it, it's my job to teach them. So when you present this business, the first thing you have to do is make sure you connect with people with your story, right? Tell your story. Don't do what I did at the beginning of the Zoom by just diving in, by the way. Like, this is a training call. It's not a presentation. The point is the first thing you have to do is connect with people. If they like you and trust you, they'll do business with you. People do business with people they like and trust. Number one thing to a presentation. Number two is They have to understand the industry that we're in. You've got to realize it's one of the reasons why when I do an opportunity presentation, I give the analogy at the beginning. I'd say, obviously, we're here to talk about a business. And I just want to ask you a question. If you have a car, what happens if you get a flat tire? Have you ever met someone that's had a flat tire? And if they don't have a spare, what happens? They're dependent on family, friends, or a third party to help them. Most people have a vehicle, it's a job or a career. What happens if they get a flat tire? They're dependent on family, friends, or the federal government to help them, a third party. Let me show you what a spare tire is. Let me show you another business that can generate you an income. Let me show you how to build something that no one can take away from you. And I talk about this before I present anything. So many of you dive right into our service and the OTA, and let me show you the escapes, and you go right into the product, and you end up getting a lot of people that are focused on the vacations and the membership. And that's great, as I told you. But if you want business builders, you have to find people that are like-minded. You have to find people that want more. You have to find people that understand that they're going to build a team. You have to find someone that understands that I'm going to recruit people. I'm going to hear no. I'm going to sort. I'm going to present. I'm going to do work that I normally haven't done. And we'll teach you how to do it. Right? That's what you want to focus on, ladies and gentlemen. Number 6 is to close people on how to start their business. Closing is a positive thing. You know, whether you want to call it closing or helping people start their business or, helping someone, whatever it is, the point is that you have to get people into action, in the movement. And number 7 is follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Your fortune is in your follow up, ladies and gentlemen. I've been following up with friends of mine for a long time. One of my best friends just started. He played professional football for the Baltimore Ravens and the for the Atlanta Falcons, right? And he just got started. And last month in the contest, I think he was number 9. And this month in the contest, he's already, I think, number 3 or number 4. I think number 4 or something like that. And he's the one that it says trust, right? And the point is that as we followed up and followed up and followed up, and I'm so grateful for Roscoe and Michelle for helping me get him to see the value. Some of you aren't using an expert. The closer you are to somebody, the more you're going to need an expert to help you. This is one of my best friends. Roscoe and Michelle were sitting and talking with them and going, "What are you doing? Muzafer's one of your best friends. Like, what are you doing? Why are you missing this?" And then Roscoe and Michelle have helped him over and over and over again and did presentations for him and helped him sign people up and helped work with them and all of the above. And so a lot of his success is because of their hard work. Absolutely amazing. But the fact is that we followed up and followed up with him. He's one of my best friends for almost 2 decades. No is never a no. It's just a not now, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a not now. But you have got to ask yourself, if I don't talk to people, what's going to happen? Some of you think if you don't talk to the people that you know, no one's going to talk to them. That's not true. If you don't talk to the people that you know, somebody else will. My fear, which everybody has fear at some point, my fear is not somebody saying no. My fear is my friend saying yes to someone else. That's my fear. That's my fear. So look, follow-up is going to be so key in your business. If you do this activity, what I'm asking you to do is 4 to 5 presentations a week. 4 to 5 a week. There's 7 days in a week. I'm not even asking you to work every day. Some of you have so many commitments. I'm saying 4 to 5 a week, just from now until Vegas. 4 to 5 a week from now until Vegas. Minimum 4. 4 a week from now until Vegas. Whether it's your personals or somebody that you introduce, someone they introduce. But the point is you have to present. You have to present. And if you're close to somebody, then you're going to need somebody to help you present. The closer you are to somebody, the more you need a third party. It's so key right now because your friend, you want them, if they say yes, they're going to thank you. If they say no, they're going to dislike your expert. And get great at edifying somebody else, ladies and gentlemen. Get great at edifying somebody else. So, look, I apologize again for starting late. I hope that you got some value out of tonight. Make sure that you register for Las Vegas. And if you remember anything, I hope you remember that fear is temporary, but regret is permanent. Fear is temporary, regret is permanent. We have some great trainers that are going to be on stage in Vegas, but there's a lot of great announcements that are going to happen in Vegas. There's only one launch. I'm telling you right now. Friday night, we're going to have a black tie evening gown. Like it's going to be like an Academy Awards dinner where we're doing awards that are going to be absolutely fun. Number two is Saturday is going to be amazing for the launch. Sunday, that's where we do our glow costume party. Sunday night. It's the glow costume party. So you better come with a costume and get ready to have fun Sunday night. And then Monday, we go to work. We go to work leaving the launch of the next billion-dollar brand. So with that being said, I love and appreciate all of you. For those of y'all that are new, I can't wait to meet you in Vegas. For those of y'all that have been around for a little while with us, I can't wait to see you again in Vegas. Have an amazing Tuesday night. And thank you for your patience. God bless everyone.